Hola, buenos días. ¿Qué tal? Hola, buenas. Hola, ¿qué tal? Some of the different ways that you can actually introduce yourself when you first start in the morning. Good morning. How are you? I hope we're all doing well. This is lesson 3 of Simply Spanish. What you will find is we've already discussed in lesson 2 your greetings and also your citations of saying goodbye. We're now going to move on a little bit more to do a little bit more of introducing yourself. Some, as I said before, sometimes there's words that you just have to learn. And it will make sense as we go later on down the line. But the first thing I want to turn around to say is, what do you think this means? Hola, buenos días, ¿qué tal? Me llamo Rick. Me llamo Rick. What do you think that means? It literally means, my name is Rick. That's what it says. So, hola, buenos días, me llamo Rick. It's like me introducing myself, so I can come over and do that. If I wanted to ask somebody else's name, what their name was, what you can actually do is use that little letter again, that letter Y, which is the I, tú. We've used that in the previous one in the greetings, which is and you. So you can actually now create a sentence. Hola, me llamo Rick, ¿qué tal? ¿Y tú? So what you could actually do is throw that over to them and ask what their name is as well, and see whether and let them introduce themselves. He's always got to be in there. There is another way that you can actually introduce yourself. Very, very simple, and it makes it as well. Soy Rick. Soy Rick. Now, soy Rick, this means actually is translated to I'm Rick. Now, when you think about it in English, when you want to introduce yourself, there's many, many different ways we can introduce ourselves. And that's, it's not just, we're not going to do the same one all the way through. Sometimes you go, hi, my name's Rick, or hi, I'm Rick, and it depends how you want to use it. From there is really the reason why we give both meanings to it. So, soy Rick means I'm Rick. Me llamo Rick. My name is Rick. How about this one? ¿Cómo te llamas? And that actually means, what's your name? And when you think of it that way, you can see it also in the body language that I'm trying to use, is how you then actually get that message across to other people as well. So, hola, buenos días, ¿qué tal? Me llamo Rick, ¿cómo te llamas? And you can see from there that the conversation, I'm actually putting it in a question with the connotation of the voice, the tone in my voice. Now, the Spanish use that a lot, this connotation. I call it like an inflection in the voice. And they use that a lot to actually get to change a sentence into a question. So it's going to come up a lot more later on down the line, that one. There is 2 different ways of speaking to people in Spain. What you normally tend to get is you'll get where people talk on a friendly term, or people talk in a higher term of a revered term. Now, that's really if I was speaking to, let's say, the President of Spain, or the King of Spain, or our Queen ourselves, our own Queen. We're not really going to look at that side of it. The reason being is children tend to learn that as well, because the children are speaking to adults, and it's more about respect for themselves, respect for the adults. What we try to do is we're pretty much on the same age group, we're on the same length, so we can actually talk pretty much on the same level. There are, as I said, that is available in Spanish, and we'll come across it later on down the line, but I'm solely concentrating on the conversational Spanish, that where you walk in to see a waiter, you walk in to see a doctor, that sort of people amongst ourselves, and therefore we're using this style, okay? Okay, right. This is now one of the most important parts of actually understanding what's going on in Spanish. And as I said, it's more about understanding. One of the things I always remembered I could do when I was doing English to Dutch is you could literally do a literal translation. So you could go from one word straight into the Dutch word. In Spain, you can't do that. What I've done is I've taught you a couple of words up to now, but what actually they are, they actually have slightly different meanings. Because what we do is, what I try to do, when I try to speak Spanish, I translate sometimes from English into Spanglish and then into Spanish. Stick with me, it'll make sense. As mentioned before, I turned around and said, hola, me llamo Rick. Now that is, hello, my name is Rick. But it's not quite true. Me llamo Rick actually translates to me, I call myself Rick. Hola, me, I call myself Rick. So that's the Spanglish bit first of all. Hello, me, I call myself Rick. ¿Cómo te llamas? Even though we know it translates to what is your name, it doesn't literally translate to that. ¿Cómo te llamas actually translates to how you name you. So I know it's a little bit weird, but it's one of the quirkiisms of the language which I really quite enjoy. When you actually speak to people and you start off, if you can get your head into the mind of going, look, I'm not going to literally translate, I'm going to actually turn it first of all into a bit of Spanglish, and then from Spanglish go to the Spanish. It makes it a lot easier. So in essence, what I've actually said to you this morning is, hello, good morning. Me, I name myself Rick. How you name you? And when you sort of start thinking about that way, that's when it becomes a little bit easier to translate from and get the language to the direction that you want it to be more than anything else. What it is for me is the moment you start thinking about the Spanglish side of it and realise that that's there, then you'll also realise then it's actually a lot easier to translate through into Spanish and start speaking that way. Okay, so with that Spanglish in mind, we're going to take that a little bit further, and we're now going to look at some different sentences really, but keeping the idea that we've still got the Spanglish in mind. Here's another 3 words for you to look at, and they're very simple to remember. They're very simple to learn, but just a little bit difficult to remember. But see what you can get from this one. ¿De dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? Right, now what I would do here is actually look at the 3 words themselves. Now, one of the most popular words that you'll find is actually going to be the middle word, which is donde. Now, donde actually means where. The most forgotten word in the Spanish language is the first word from this one. It's de. De. Now, de actually translates to from. Now, what you see from there becomes from where. So then we put the final word on, which is eres, and it actually translates to from where are you. ¿De dónde eres? From where are you? It actually means where do you come from, but they will put it in their way. You know, they speak it in their way, and therefore we translate first of all to Spanglish and then transfer it through into the Spanish. ¿De dónde eres? Now from there, if somebody asks me that question, I can use some of the words that I've previously learned and use it to actually great effect again, so use it smartly and then answer the question. So I would like to say, I'm from England. Now, I know that I'm Rick was soy Rick. So if I start this sentence, soy, that means I'm. De donde eres was from where are you? So I take the from, so soy de, and then I learn the word for England, Inglaterra. I can actually answer that by saying soy de Inglaterra. And you see from there, I can actually now start beginning to introduce myself a little bit further. Have a listen to this. Hola, buenos días. Me llamo Rick. Soy de Inglaterra. And you see from there, I can say, hello, good morning, my name is Rick, I'm from England. But what's also funny with the words that we've learned up to now, we can actually then throw these little words around again and actually present them back. So I could actually ask somebody, if I learned the word for Scotland, which is Escocia, I could say, eres de Escocia? Because we've come across that word eres, which is are you. De, we know that little word, it's a very forgetful word, but really important in Spanish, is from. Escocia is Scotland. Eres de Escocia? Are you from Scotland? Eres de España? Are you from Spain? Eres de Australia? Are you from Australia? Eres de Irlandia? Are you from Ireland? And all we need to do is learn that one word, that final word, because we've already learned the other 2 words, eres de, is are you, and then we can put it in into a sentence. So if someone turned around and said to me personally, eres de Escocia, now I'm not from Scotland, so I want to say, no, I'm not from Scotland, I'm from England. What we do is we have the word I am, which was soy, but to turn that into a negative, all the way through all the Spanish language, it's very, very simple. We just put the word no in front of it, N-O. So all of a sudden, soy, I am, no soy, I am not. So, no soy de Escocia, soy de Inglaterra. No, I am not from Scotland, I am from England. And you see that word not, put it in front of it, will turn anything into the negative. No soy, I am not. No soy de Australia, no soy de España, soy de Inglaterra. Simple, really. So taking that further as well, with using the negative of no soy de Escocia, I could actually use that in different sequences as well. No me llamo Mark. No, I don't call myself Mark. No me llamo Mark, me llamo Rick. And you can use the no in that sentence as well. No soy de España, soy de Inglaterra. I could also use the soy in a different version as well. Soy de Inglaterra, soy de Manchester. I am from England, I am from Manchester. So you can use the soy. Soy is a really, really important little word. And that little word will actually, you use it a lot in the Spanish language, so it's one of those little words that you need to keep close to you and trying to remember as well. Another one here is, we're going to just change this sentence up a little bit now. Have a listen if you see if this makes sense for you up to now. Hola, buenos días, ¿qué tal? Me llamo Rick. Soy de Inglaterra. Soy de Manchester. pero vivo in Tenerife. Now you see the bit at the end, the Tenerife is a little bit of a clue as to what I'm actually trying to say. So I've got 3 words at the moment, pero vivo in Tenerife. Pero is one of these little link words. It's a little link word that you will use for the sentences to join 2 sentences together, and it actually means but. Okay, so it's like and is the I, pero is the but. Vivo in Tenerife. Now vivo actually means I live. Pero vivo in Tenerife. So when you put all that together, we're actually creating a proper formal introduction. Hola, buenos días, ¿qué tal? Me llamo Rick. Soy de Inglaterra. Soy de Manchester, pero vivo in Tenerife. Hello, my name is Rick. I am from England. I'm from Manchester, but I live in Tenerife. And what we see really is, in essence, for ourselves there to make a short conversational clip. In essence, what I've done is I've just used 3 words at a time. Just 3, every single time it's 3 words, got rid of them, brought in the next 3 words, got rid of them. Psychology will tell you that when you have a script that you need to try and learn in a different language, you'll have your start word, you'll have your finish word, and you'll try and get there as fast as you possibly can. When you try and get there as fast as you possibly can, you'll just trip up all over your words. However, if you just concentrate on 3 words at a time and then get rid of them, just 3 or 2, even 2, but then get rid of them and move on to the next one, what you'll find is you will then stagger your lines all the way down to the bottom and you'll get to the end of your conversation of what you're trying to say. Let's give it a go. All about 3 words, okay? Hola, buenos días. Get rid of them. ¿Qué tal? 2 words. Get rid of them. Me llamo Rick. Get rid of them. ¿Cómo te llamas? Get rid of them. Soy de Inglaterra. Get rid of them. Soy de Manchester. Get rid of them. Pero, 1 word. Get rid of it. Vivo in Tenerife. I live in Tenerife. And when you put that all together, it sounds a little bit like this. Just a bit of practice, it'll sound like this. Hola, buenos días, ¿qué tal? Me llamo Rick. ¿Cómo te llamas? Soy de Inglaterra, pero vivo in Tenerife. You see how it works? Just practice. So that's it for lesson 3. What is it that we've learned today in lesson 3? We've learned a couple of things. First of all, words that start with a double L, they actually make the sound of a Y, a Y, the letter Y that we use. So me llamo, even though we live on a calle, the colour is amarilla. That's the first thing we've learned. The next thing we've learned also is a little bit that the Spanish do actually, you can't literally translate. They don't speak the same as us. And, you know, rather than being afraid of that, the best thing I like to think about is a bit of a quirkyism. A little bit quirky. So, do you remember in the olden days when you had to turn your car radio on to open your boot? It's a little bit like that. If you treat it that way, it's not going to be as difficult as you think, okay? So bear with it with that one. It'll all make itself clear in the next couple of lessons. Once again, as always, if you've liked it, please don't hesitate to put a thumbs up. Please don't hesitate to, please subscribe to it as well. And, the reaction that I received has been very, very positive. So thank you very much for that. There will be more to come. So keep practicing with those ones, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Okay, so ciao, adios. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.